listeners, you'll become viewers as we host our second Facebook Live episode. It's going to be on Facebook at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Facebook Live. We got, after this, it's all 90s and up from here. We're going to go over what we're doing and how you're going to get involved. And maybe a little Q&A too if you want it. Tuesday, March 27th, 8 p.m. Pop your popcorn, bring your bagels, and have some wine. People don't trust their data anymore. What are they doing? What are they doing with my personal stuff, By 2035, we're going to have 9 Cambridge Analyticas. We're going to have a Princeton Analytica. We're going to have a Harvard Analytica. We're going to have a Cornell Analytica. All this stuff. Our data is not going to be safe. So people are going to say, well, what can I do other than the old trusty pen and paper?
Where can I save my data?
Down. And then, and then I go, what do I do with all this? A Rolodex. It might not look like the Rolodexes we have now. It might look different.
The Rolodex is another Donafar Industries innovation. Hello and welcome to the Critical Breakdown, the podcast where we start at the bottom of Rotten Tomatoes and we work our way to 100% fresh. My name is Max.
My name is Scott. It might be March 27th. And today I forget how this works once we go off script. Today we're reviewing When Harry Met Sally, rated 89% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Rated by critics.
Yeah, that's who did it.
Yeah. And viewers.
Viewers like you.
Really, so.
Yeah, I mean, the viewers don't matter.
No. And that's true.
It's all about the critics. It's all about us.
Viewers, you guys don't matter.
Yeah, you guys only matter when NPR needs donations.
You know who matters, though? Listeners.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Audio is the new visual.
Yeah. Radio's back, and it's called
Radio's
podcast.
Back!
So how you been, Scott?
I've been cool, man.
Been cool? Been chill?
Real chill. Real chill vibes.
What you been vibing on?
Well, I just got back from the bachelor party, and let me tell you, ooh!
I believe you were at Harrah's Cherokee Casino. Tell us about
That's
it.
right. Oh, man, the colors, the lights. Talk about audio visual, you know what I mean?
Yeah. The ultimate experience.
The ultimate. It really is the Blu-ray of casinos. But no, the groom-to-be had a great time. We all lost a little bit of money, made some new friends, and some new memories.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I took home a big pot at the slots, and then I blew it all on the craps.
You flew too close to the sun.
Yeah, me and Icarus.
You watch anything before you went to your bachelor party?
I did, yeah.
What'd you watch?
So I'm really excited for Mission Impossible Fallout because Rogue Nation and Ghost Protocol were excellent. Yeah, it's one of the most consistently high-hitting series out there. So I went back and watched MI3, Mission Impossible 3. I've never watched it before.
Oh, you're slowly making it back.
J.J. Abrams, that's right.
So once you reach Mission Impossible 2, I'll watch that one with you, and then I can move forward.
Interesting. Okay, so
here's the thing.
You've seen 1 and 2?
I've only seen
Oh, you haven't seen 2? I've heard 2 is a real turd.
Yeah.
Directed by John Woo.
Great.
The first one has pretty good reviews,
It has good reviews, but when I saw it, I didn't think it was good.
Okay. Well, 3 is pretty solid. It's a very rough around the edges J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
Like, now he's so refined, and it almost feels too, like, sterile now. I don't know if that's the right word, but, like, it's so by the books, his directing, in my opinion, sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, this Mission Impossible and, like, Super 8 and his Lost work is all very rough, and it has issues, but it also has a lot of the brilliance that makes him so good now. It's kind of cool to see that kind of a little unhinged, but it's a very good Mission Impossible movie. I think the series has done a great job of consistently fulfilling the spy fantasy. Like, whereas the direction that the Bond series went with Daniel Craig was almost a little more gritty, and Bourne is very gritty. Yeah. This has, like, in Mission Impossible 3, there's a scene where they invade the Vatican. And they get up on this wall, and they're using, like, these, they take a picture of what the camera would see, and then they put it in front of the camera. They do all this funny stuff. They make a fake Philip Seymour Hoffman mask, and Tom Cruise wears. It's like weird enough, but it feels like the espionage that you read about in, like, books. Yeah. And so it's still like that almost fantasy style, and I really like it. It's really good. And Philip Seymour Hoffman as your villain here escalates it.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's one problem with the Mission Impossible movies, the newest ones, the villains are just, I mean, they're threatening, but they don't have their own character. But Philip Seymour Hoffman definitely does. I mean, it's Philip Seymour Hoffman. He's great in everything. So
if you want to blow it at the water, you'd always get Philip Seymour Hoffman to do it, you know?
For sure. So. But it's really good. I'm glad I revisited it, and I will keep working my way backwards. Well, let's watch 2 together.
One day we'll cross paths.
Yeah, I hope you do. I hope you do watch.
Honestly, I probably need to rewatch the first one, but
I do too. Do you want me to pick you up on the first one? You just let me know. I'll come pick you up.
We'd have to burn all the way through then, so it'd be like a reversal.
I've liked
it's like you're rewinding the series, and once we get back to the beginning, we can go all the way through.
Sure.
You know,
I've liked the 3 I've seen enough that I'd watch them all again.
But you'd have to watch 2 twice for us to do this the right way.
I don't know if I'm going to hate 2 or not, you know? I go against the critics sometimes.
Yeah. The critics, they know nothing.
The critics are useless. It's all about the viewer.
Yeah. They don't make movies for the critics.
I watched another thing, and
What's
I bet
that?
you, when I tell you, you're going to be like, wow, I would have guessed you'd have already seen it. Wow. Yeah.
What?
I watched Miracle.
Wow. I would have guessed you've already seen it. What's Miracle?
Miracle's about the Miracle on Ice, the hockey game.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Would you have guessed I'd already seen it?
No.
Oh. Whoa. It's pretty good.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Were you just in the mood for some hockey ice movies?
This is going to sound like a very negative thing about the movie, but I've been having trouble sleeping. And what I've been doing is I've been going from my bed to my couch and laying down, and I put Miracle on because I'm not like that invested. I know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then I fall asleep. And it's not because the movie's bad. I'm already in a compromised position.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like it's relaxing, you know?
To be on. Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying because, like
I couldn't watch Mission Impossible 3 that way. It's too exciting.
Yeah.
Like, there's exciting things that happen in Miracle, but... You know, not really.
So did you fully watch it?
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching it for about a month now.
Oh, wow.
It's been at least 3 weeks.
Did you just finish it finally?
I finished it last night.
Nice.
Yeah. It's good. They build up, like, I mean, it's just like Hoosiers or Rudy, like any underdog sports story.
Yeah.
And it's just not as good as some of the really good versions of that. Like Warrior by Gavin O'Connor, the MMA one, is one of my top favorite sports movies now.
Yeah.
It's directed by the same guy who did Miracle.
Warrior.
It's directed by Gavin O'Connor, who did Miracle too.
Yeah.
And Miracle 2. Write it.
Sequel.
Warrior has a lot more personality and a lot more character, and the characters are better fleshed out. None of the characters really emerge. There's no, like the whole time, the head coach is a real dick.
Mm-hmm.
Herb something. I forget his last name. I just watched it. Maybe I didn't really.
Plantman.
Yeah, Herb Plantman. Coach Plantman's a real dick. And then the team rallies together against him, and like that's kind of a trope. But like there's no satisfaction to I don't know. It was fine. That's kind of my goal. I'm talking a lot for a movie that I have few opinions on.
Yeah, you're like, it's neutral.
Yeah.
And I have feelings about that.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I got you.
But you still get goose pimples when they win, when they beat the USSR.
That's good. Take that, Soviets.
One more. What have you been watching?
Well, speaking of victories.
Okay.
I finished season 3 of Love.
Yep.
It was good.
This is the victory.
No, I mean, you get to see their relationship, go through it and all that. And I was satisfied enough. It wasn't like a revolutionary show by any means ever.
No.
So it was a good
It was
bookend.
fun. It was fun. I liked it.
It felt authentic enough. And
I'm glad
it
ended.
So what?
I'm glad it ended.
Yeah, no. Like I do appreciate shows that are willing to just go ahead and end.
Like they could have done 2 more seasons where at the end of the 3rd season they broke up.
Yeah.
And then they had 1 season they were apart, and then another season where they're together. But here it's just like, no, we're just gonna do it.
Yeah, just end it where it feels like the characters have grown some.
Yep. I would have liked to see more Birdie and Chris.
Yeah.
I would have liked a little more of that and less of
Randy. I think the Randy thing
I like
did go
Randy,
too long.
but it went too long.
Randy as a character is very fun. Randy in a relationship is so irritating that it's hard to deal with.
And like if that was 3 episodes of that, we would have got all the jokes we needed and stuff.
Yeah.
But There were some funny moments with him still, like when they had to snake the drain, and it's like, and you called Chris? He has the tool.
My favorite part with that was actually when right after he finishes snaking the drain, Birdie's like, okay, well, I guess I'll talk to you later to both of them. And Randy's like, well, actually, if you don't mind, since the shower is fixed, I'm just going to go ahead and take a shower. Yeah. I was just like, that's a really funny line.
Yeah.
So, no, I mean, the show, it has good laughs. It's enjoyable. Yeah. The characters are likable. Even when they're annoying you, they're pretty likable. So,
yeah.
I was satisfied with it. I'm glad to scratch it off the list.
Boom. Done. Yeah, that is satisfying.
Yeah.
When you get to scratch a show off your list.
So that was my small victory.
Nice work.
You're really slappy today.
I am very slappy.
Everyone I know is real slappy today.
Oh. What else have you watched?
Well, every now and then, your boy gets a hankering for some 90s anime.
There he is.
Some real trash anime.
There he is.
I'm currently watching a 90s classic called A Record of Lodoss War.
Nice.
Yeah. It's as nerdy. What's nerdier than anime? D&D.
D&D, yeah.
This is an anime series based off of D&D.
Magic the Gathering.
So, yeah, at least I'm not that guy.
I'm losing my mind.
So yeah, no, it's dumb. It's 90s. It's shoulder pads and crazy hair anime. But it's fun at the same time.
Sure. Was it one you'd watched before?
No, I've always seen clips of it and know the characters just because, like,
cool.
Real neckbeard dudes would have, like, posters of the elf girls in their rooms and stuff like that. So
one of those.
I know of it.
Yeah.
But
I know what you mean.
Like, if somebody named one or two of the characters, I would get the joke.
Yeah.
I think Paul's made a joke about it before, and I've got it and laughed, so...
That's right about where you want to be, I'd say.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I have my fair share of, weird animes that I have watched.
You know what I've been getting interested in watching?
What's that?
It doesn't work as well if you...
Well, I got to reach so far, so...
The new Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z Super. Yeah.
Apparently, it's really good.
See, I wonder if
it's coming to its end now.
Oh, that's cool.
And I've been reading about, like, these viewing parties people are having and stuff, and it just, like, it gets me a little interested in it again.
I've seen that, too, in my social feeds. And to me, it feels like how wrestling's had a real big upswing lately.
Is it because Ronda Rousey was at the last...
she was in that.
Royal Rumble? Is that what it is?
But beyond her, like way before her, like it's been in a real positive upswing. Like buy stock in wrestling right now because it's hot. Like it's back.
Hot.
And it always goes through cycles. And I feel like maybe this is kind of like that, where people from their nostalgia love for DBZ were willing to accept a new one, and then they liked it. Because why not? Who cares? Like what you like. But I agree. I've seen a lot of people buzzing about it.
Getting in the DBZ weeds, I know GT was considered a huge failure.
Yeah.
And like the original creators came back.
Different creators on that one.
The original creators came back and they said GT is no longer canon. Yeah. This is the next step. And people have been liking it. So
did they get rid of the weird like red body version of Goku then?
Yeah, but from some pictures I've seen... I think there's another new Super Saiyan version or something. I don't know where they have silver hair
or blue hair or something.
Yeah, something like that. And there's like a character that looks like an Egyptian god.
Yeah, I have seen that, like a cat thing or a dog thing. Maybe. I mean, eventually we'll run out of movies to talk about here. Maybe the Critical Breakdown will become just a DBZ Super podcast. You never know. You never know what's going to happen.
You never know, people. Folks, write in if you don't want that.
Yeah. So if you really don't want us to talk about Dragon Ball Super from now on, just write in and let us know what you think.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm talking so fast.
I love it, though.
Yeah.
Let's
keep do the whole episode this way.
And the best part is going to be the people who listen on 1.2 speed, it's going to be like 1.5.
Yeah. So if you're listening at 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, it's going to sound more like 1.5 at least.
At least.
But, I mean, more importantly,
yeah.
More importantly.
What about this? Before we move on from this bit, what if we talked a lot slower so that those 1.25, maybe 1.5 people just relaxed?
Yeah. I think that would be cool.
Groovy.
So yeah,
back to the 1.0s.
Yeah, record of Lodoss War. It's nerdy. It's anime. Cool. If you
I hope you're loving it.
Yeah.
I hope whatever you're watching, I hope you're loving it.
Thanks, Scott. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
sometimes you got to knock back some anime.
Yeah, man.
That's also apparently the shipping name for Anakin and Padme is anime.
Knockback? Oh, anime. That'd
be weird.
A lot
Hashtag
more
knockback.
sense. Yeah, no, anime. That works.
You see that new Avengers trailer?
I did.
What's your thoughts?
I'm really excited.
Yeah.
I'm real giddy.
You giddy?
There's never been anything like this in movies, right?
Maybe. I do remember a Jetsons Flintstones crossover.
Oh, shit!
I believe the Ninja Turtles and the Power Rangers did crossover.
In movies?
Possibly straight to VHS.
Does it really count if it's straight to VHS?
Yeah.
I was a huge Power Rangers fan. I was a big Power Rangers fan even when I left the age bracket.
Oh.
And
that just made me think. I saw the Power Rangers movie finally.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's a movie.
Yeah. It's really...
Can I be honest?
I've seen it too.
Everything up until the Rangers was way more interesting than when the Rangers showed up.
Like the Breakfast Club parts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was exactly. It was a more model Abercrombie and Fitch looking Breakfast Club, and it was moderately okay.
Yeah. The Power Rangers actual stuff is like pretty generic.
Yeah. It was,
I like some of the cast.
Yeah. Yeah, the cast was fine. It
like,
had Billy from Stranger Things not playing Billy the Power Ranger.
Yeah. He plays Jason.
Jason, yeah.
Billy the Power Ranger's played by, his name is escaping me, but he played Earl in Me and Earl and the Dying Girl.
Yeah.
And then the
Kimberly. Becky G was Kimberly.
Is that, I believe she's going to be in the Aladdin movie, right? The new Aladdin.
I don't know, but I know she's like a pop star or something too, or a singer.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know as much as I thought about this guy.
Yeah.
How about, and did you stay till after the credits?
Yeah. Were they called for Tommy?
Yeah. And there was like a green or a white jacket or something.
Yeah. It was okay.
I don't think they're going to get one.
Nah, I don't think so either. They didn't do enough rangering, but the ranger.
But then we didn't like the
ranger parts they did wasn't as good. Yeah, it was.
How about that dad appearance? That shit dad from Roy from The
Roy.
Office.
Yeah, I like how Jason saved him, and he was like, like his son saved him from like a car wreck, and then afterwards he pins up a newspaper clipping, but like he never said he was his son. So either the dad figures it or the dad just has like a man crush on the Power Rangers. I don't know. It was weird.
We all have a little man crush on the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite Power Ranger back in the day?
Back in the day? Dude,
OGPR.
It's Tommy, man.
Tommy, you were a Tommy guy?
Yeah, dude.
The bad boy.
I mean, he was
the bad boy of Angel Grove.
Let's talk about that for a second,
Yeah,
okay?
let's do it.
Because it's a trope in certain things. The redeemed bad guy.
Oh, yeah.
So, two things, and anime actually does this a lot.
There we go.
That are big. Two tropes that are very big in that kind of media is the fallen hero and the redeemed bad guy.
Is the fallen hero the good guy becoming a bad guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that happens sometimes. Usually there's also a mix of the two. You can blend those two eventually. The fallen hero who gets redeemed.
Yeah.
So, think like people keep debating whether or not Kylo Ren will be redeemed.
Yeah, I was all aboard that train.
Everyone just was like,
TLJ.
of course that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, spoilers, it didn't in the last movie.
Whoa.
Yeah. There be spoilers.
That's me impersonating one of our own drops.
Which I will turn into a drop so that we have meta
That's
drops.
next level.
But no, so I remember like redeemed villains, like Vegeta eventually comes over to the good side. The Dark Emperor in Digimon.
Yeah, the Dark Emperor
got redeemed.
For sure.
In Avatar: The Last Airbender, Prince Zuko gets redeemed.
That's Dev Patel for everyone following at home.
Yeah, for the live action fans of the movie The Last Airbender, that is Dev Patel.
You know what? The live action Last Airbender not even that bad.
Don't say it.
It's not good, but it's not worst movie of all time. That's all I'm saying.
I mean that's provable.
That's all I'm saying.
What do you got for a redeemed bad guy?
Oh, I wasn't prepared for this. Vegeta, you said that one. Redeemed bad guy. How about I don't know. I was gonna tell you my favorite Power Ranger. Can I give you that?
Yeah.
Billy.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Billy Cranston.
He was the Blue Ranger, and then he became like paralyzed. Remember?
No.
He couldn't be the Blue Ranger anymore, so he just hung out with Zordon and Alpha.
No memory of that. I think I bowed out by that point.
Yeah, you were probably out by that. I remember. I have a vivid memory of I was going to a friend's birthday party and my mom picked something up for him, and she was like, "Look, it's a Power Rangers motorcycle toy. You like Power Rangers?" And like that was the moment I realized I was too embarrassed to give this friend this toy. I am way too old for Power Rangers.
Yeah.
And I still did. And I was like, I don't even care that it's Power Rangers. It's a dope motorcycle toy.
What?
And then I probably stopped watching.
How old do you think you were for that?
Gosh, 19? No, I was 9, maybe.
I was gonna
10.
say I remember catching on that I've outgrown the show around 9 to 10.
They were on Power Rangers Space, I believe.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm younger than you.
No, I know.
In fairness
So,
to me.
For me, the WoW was like, I probably remember.
Yeah. There's original, and then Mighty Morphin, and then Power Rangers.
Well, Mighty Morphin
Zeo.
is the original.
There was a season just called Power Rangers before Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. There was basically 2 seasons of that. Because remember, this is so crazy. Like Zach and them left, and then different original Power Rangers came in.
Yeah.
The yellow, the black, and I think the Red Ranger all left. They went on a trip. They went on a school trip to Europe.
Trip, yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah. So then I think that was the 2-season break. Then there was Power Rangers Zeo, I believe.
What about Ninja?
Power Rangers Ninja was just the movie, I thought. I don't think they had an official season. But then there was Power Rangers Turbo, and then I believe Power Rangers in Space. We don't have to have all this depth in there.
That was my only argument.
Yeah.
That I remember the Mighty Morphin there the whole time.
Well, the Mighty Morphin was always part of the name, but
Yeah.
they broke them down into these season titles. So I thought
You
OG
have a lot
PR.
more knowledge of the series than me, so I can't fully argue you.
there was one fun episode in Power Rangers in Space. I believe it was a season finale where they somehow opened a gate into Power Rangers history, and all the villains from the past came back.
Nice.
And the Space
Lord
Rangers were trying. What?
Lord Zed was
Lord
there?
Zed, Rita Repulsa. We're talking the whole gang.
Scorpina?
It's possible.
Goldar?
For sure. And the Power Rangers in Space were fighting. They're like, there's too many. We can't fight them off. And then all the Power Rangers, all the old school Power Rangers came back. So you had like 7 Red Rangers.
Hell yeah.
And they all had the different shapes on their mask.
yeah,
That's how they
It's
differentiate
essential.
them. So good shit, man.
Yeah.
Maybe this will become a Power Rangers podcast.
Maybe one week we'll do DBZ, and then next week's Power Rangers.
Flippy floppy.
Flippity floppity. So we're
How do we bring this back?
well.
Good luck editing that. Yeah, you're good at this.
I got nothing right now. Hold on.
You know, one of my favorite seasons of Power Rangers?
What?
Power Rangers Crystal.
Is that a real season?
No, but Billy Crystal.
Nice, yeah.
When Harry met Sally.
I was gonna say
That was my best.
Power Rangers Cat's Jewish Delicatessen was my favorite, but that's obviously fake.
I think that got ditched in pre-production.
Yeah.
What's the plot synopsis for When Harry Met Sally?
For the 3 of you who have never seen it, I'll read it. Harry and Sally have known each other for years and are very good friends, but they fear sex would ruin their friendship.
Classic.
That's the synopsis I found online.
Yeah. Oh, that was the end of it. I thought there was going to be another.
Yeah, that's literally the synopsis. I laughed so hard that I just copied it and saved it.
That's actually a good summary of our relationship, too.
Yeah, that's why we do a podcast.
Sex with, yeah.
So,
ruin it.
Yeah.
It's Robbie Reiner.
Oh, Rob
This is peak Robert, too.
Is it?
Yeah,
Probably.
he had a big run here.
That's true.
86, Stand By Me. 87, The Princess Bride. 89, When Harry Met Sally. 90, Misery. 92, A Few Good Men. Then in 94, he made the movie North. And literally from then on, he's made nothing interesting.
Wow.
I mean, are you a big...
No, I just said, wow,
what was it, like
that's interesting.
the Miracle of Belle Isle or whatever?
I've never even heard of that.
It's got Morgan Freeman.
Belial or Belial?
Belle
Biv
I think.
DeVoe. Oh, he did Mixed Nuts. You didn't tell me that.
Well, this is his actor.
Oh, well, never mind. He didn't do Mixed Nuts. That says actor on TV. Here we go. I don't understand this filmography.
Just scroll up. You scrolled past his director. Keep going up. Up. There. Oh, this is Spinal Tap. Was before Stand By Me, too.
Oh, he did The American President.
Yeah. I didn't find that all that interesting.
He did The Bucket List.
You know, I don't think that movie looks interesting, but it might be next in my can't sleep, but I finished Miracle because it's on Netflix
I'm sure you'd
now.
be asleep. Just get the Rob Reiner like box set and watch the second half of it.
Well, the first half would be a real good ride.
At least 3 years of Scott sleeping.
I could use it. You know, who couldn't? If you could be guaranteed a full year of sleep right now, would you take it? Just consecutively?
No.
You'd wake up so refreshed.
No, man, I'd be groggy as hell, dude.
No.
I need like a swimming pool full of coffee to even be nice to my wife. So.
Yeah. Nora Ephron, am I right?
Yeah. So speaking of being nice, this movie began
Here we go.
just as a concept.
Yeah.
Not even as a concept of this movie. It began as a concept of Rob Reiner and Nora Ephron wanted to work together.
When you know, you know.
Yeah. So they knew they wanted to make something. They met a couple times, went and got some food, went to some delis, and I forgot who they were with. It was like the producer of the film too. The three of them were just kind of tossing ideas
Andrew
around.
Scheinman?
Yeah, I think it was that. You read it, but that's fair because I couldn't think of it. Anyway, they go out, they talk sometimes, about some stuff, and they're like, yeah, let's make a movie, and they keep doing that. They do that a couple times, and then on the third time, somehow it comes up that Rob Reiner is currently going through like his divorce, and he's single again for the first time, and him and Scheinman start discussing, all the woes of being single and how you basically get into like a ton of shit relationships, and they don't work out, and you just invest time in people.
That.
Yeah, so that kind of just like sparked an idea in Nora Ephron's head where she was like, that's the story. Like I need to get this from you guys and build something out of it. So I guess she interviewed Scheinman and Reiner like in depth and got a ton of
like relationships and stuff.
Yeah, and got a ton of like source material from them, and then she went around and talked to a ton of her female friends. I got a ton of source material from them, and that's how she kind of patched together this idea to write. And so then they pitched it to the studio, and the studio like ate it up. But at the same time, Rob Reiner, his best friend for a long time has been Billy Crystal. So Billy Crystal kind of he's been in a happy marriage, we discovered as we did our research.
For like 40 years.
Yeah, forever. So like he couldn't draw upon his own experience, but basically all he did was draw upon everything Rob Reiner talked about for like the entire time of marriage and divorce.
Yeah.
And just like he was kind of born for the part already because of that. So I thought that was kind of neat, kind of interesting.
It's always funny how a movie comes to light.
Yeah. There's always interesting stories.
There's going to be the story, like your magnum opus, the script that's been in your head, and then sometimes it's just like you hear something and you're like, well, that's kind of an interesting idea, and then you roll.
Yeah. I mean, that's, some stories begin as just like an idea. So
all stories begin as an idea.
It's true.
And you know what? It's nice to hear that when I'm very pessimistic about romantic comedies as a genre. It's such an easy film to make because you can keep the budget low and stuff that you just see so much shit hit the fan with these. Just like crappy movies.
Oh, yeah.
Year after year. So whenever I see a rom-com coming out, I'm naturally out. It takes a lot to get me there.
No, and that's the thing is like last year we did a May movie challenge and I had to pick a genre I didn't really care for.
Yeah.
And I picked romantic comedy. And I actually ended up enjoying the one I watched.
Yeah, Crazy Stupid Love.
Yeah, it was a good one. This one isn't my favorite film. There's moments I really appreciate about the movie.
Yeah.
But I feel like it has aged a ton.
For sure.
Some of it's kind of fun.
It's very like rooted in late 80s, early 90s.
Yes, very like boomer. Very, very boomerish.
Like baby boomer?
Yeah, like them as adults. Sorry. But yeah, so it's very like...
Yeah, I guess the timeline.
Like a mixture of the 80s, like Masters of the Universe, Wall Street feel at the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, like late 70s, like college, blah, blah, blah feel. Then it goes to this 80s feel that it stays in for a while and dips back into kind of like a softer 90s feel at the very end. But just barely. Because that was like literally 89, 90, probably when they made this. What, the film's 1990 or 1989? 89, yeah. 89. So it's coming down to the end of the 80s there. So there is definitely like a time feel, which is cool. I mean, they captured that well, which was
nothing
impressive.
wrong with it.
So, but yeah, just a lot of the talk of like the gender roles and the relationship roles,
and just like how dating works. Like
the dating in the movie is dated. So
nice.
Yeah.
there are situations like there's a lot of situational comedy that works.
Mm-hmm.
Like the famous scene when Sally fakes an orgasm in the restaurant. I mean, that's the most famous scene from the movie. And it holds
hot
up
around the collar when she did that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hot around the collar for sure. I had the neck sweats. The scenes where they're talking on the phone with their friends who they set up with one another inadvertently.
Yeah.
Those are very good situational scenes with the conversations, but all the pieces that get you there, I don't think they've aged as well.
The movie opens with a road trip with a map and like conversations the whole time. No. The funny thing is,
they didn't have the critical breakdown to listen to from Chicago to New York. If you did that
now, the scene wouldn't really work because you would just have like a GPS. So the map parts are out.
Yeah. Well, the map bit is out.
Yeah, the map bit's out. They would know each other already through social media.
Yeah.
And then they would probably just be on their phones the whole time, not paying attention to each other.
For sure.
So it's just like there is some also like, I don't know, there's something nice about that.
It's it's like romantic almost.
Yeah, they have to. Like we wouldn't be able to experience that now, but they would. So I don't know, but so it goes back and forth. Yeah. I will say this is still, and I said this on the episode that you were not on, the Pretty Woman episode. Whoa. I said that this movie is definitely better than Pretty Woman, and I will say it is.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get the pleasure of watching and reviewing Pretty Woman with you, but I agree, even having not seen it. It's thanks to Harry Connick Jr.'s score.
Yeah.
What? I don't get Harry Connick Jr.
I don't think anybody does.
Every mom I know loves Harry Connick Jr.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
I mean, I guess he has that kind of like smarmy.
I literally didn't notice the music in this movie. He's like literally at all.
He's like a straight Michael Bublé. That's a terrible joke.
Is Michael Bublé gay?
No. Max said he was.
How about this movie's box office? You know?
How about it? That's your lead-in?
Yeah.
Usually I give that lead-in.
Sorry, go ahead, Max.
How about this movie's box office?
God, I hate you. Wide opening, July 21st, 1989, and had a little Lemmy first, a little limited release. Little Lemmy, as we call it in the biz. You're not in the numbers biz, Max. You don't know what a little Lemmy is. It opened its wide opening had an 8.85 million gross. Mm-hmm. It was number 3 behind week 3 of Lethal Weapon 2.
Nice.
A lot of numbers there. Yeah. And then week 5 of Batman. Whew. We watched Batman. Its total domestic earnings was 92.8 million on that 16 mil budget. That's a nice chunk of prof.
Did this do better, or did Pretty Woman do better?
Pretty Woman definitely grossed more.
Yeah.
I don't know the budget on Pretty Woman.
Could have been high.
You never know.
There's all the hamsters for fucking Richard Gere.
I don't get that reference, but occasionally you see a movie that there's no reason for its budget to be high, but its budget's super high.
Yeah.
So that could have been one of them. I don't know. But Pretty Woman was like one of the most successful movies of its year, right? Yeah. You want to hear some of the alternate titles for When Harry Met Sally?
Yeah.
These are titles I considered. Just Friends.
That's applicable.
I bet that movie's been made.
Oh, no, it definitely has. Yeah.
I don't get this one. I think it might have been a line, but I don't get it. Playing Melancholy Baby. Is that a line from the movie? Say it again? Playing Melancholy Baby.
Yeah.
It sounds like a code phrase.
I feel like that's a reference to like Casablanca or something.
Maybe.
In the movie. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I haven't seen this in a while.
Boy Meets Girl.
Good show.
Very simple. Very simple. Blue Moon. I like that one. I don't know why.
It doesn't really tell me anything about the movie.
Yeah, but not every movie does, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
You know? How about Words of Love? No.
Yeah,
Nicholas Sparks needs it?
Yeah.
It Had to Be You.
That fits.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Harry, This Is Sally.
Ugh, no, thank you.
There's a comma in there. So let me say it again to emphasize the comma. Harry, This Is Sally.
Do it for our 1.5 listeners.
So slow it down?
No, speed it up.
So then they hear it on 2.
Oh, yeah, so slow it down.
I'm just going to go to the next one. How they met.
Their mother.
And then finally, Junebug Jitterbug. I just made that one up.
God.
His eyes lit up when I said it, people. People.
Well, I think they picked the right title.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, it's classic.
Yeah. Do you,
I like Billy Crystal's hair in the movie.
It
changes a little bit because
Yeah.
the movie does go over a decent amount
decade,
of time.
at
A
least.
cool deck.
Yeah.
That's what we call it in the
Decks
numbers
it out.
industry.
Yeah, he starts with like a shaggy college do.
Yeah.
She has like a 70s, like Charlie's Angels-esque hair.
Yeah.
And then
Boom.
he has like a nice Wall Street slick back
Yeah,
the next
a
time we see
power
him.
slick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she has like I feel like it's a shorter bobbed kind of thing, but I don't remember.
It was like very hairsprayed.
Yeah.
Very done.
Like an 80s, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was all 80s from here for her, but
yeah. And for him.
yeah, because then he goes to Fluffy after that.
Yeah, he lets it go a
rides
little.
Fluffy.
Yeah.
He gets the hairline
He
back.
rides Fluffy for
Yeah,
sure.
he gets that Billy Crystal
yeah. And then he looks like the Billy Crystal.
receding forehead that he's had for 30 years.
Receding forehead.
Well, I guess the forehead's not receding, the hairline.
The forehead's taking up real estate.
Forehead.
The forehead's bye.
It's a 5 head.
Whoa.
Give me spoilers.
So yeah, she goes for the classic and sexy poodle hair, and she sticks
There
with
it
that.
is. And it works.
They're out.
It
Oh yeah,
works.
it works wonders.
Do you think Meg Ryan preferred working with, well, not working with, but like being aside Billy Crystal or Tom Hanks?
Well, I think the numbers tell everything.
Numbers don't lie, Max.
How many movies did she do with Billy Crystal?
I don't know, but I'm going to say 1.
And then how
Could have
many
been
did she
more.
do with Tom Hanks?
Again, 2?
So
That we know of.
that's at least double.
I think she did another movie last year with Tom Hanks.
Then that's triple.
Oh, baby, a triple.
I need to make that a sound drop.
Well, you can work on it.
Yeah, I need to make my list of sound drops this week.
That'll be your project.
So if I have some
I
qualms-
find this movie challenging to talk about.
Well, there's nothing exciting.
Yeah. Like, even watching it, I don't feel like either of us was all that engaged.
All of my engagement came from my attraction to Meg Ryan in this
There
era.
it is. Same with me, except
yeah.
Billy Crystal.
I enjoyed seeing Carrie Fisher because she's a great actress.
Yeah,
and
good. Carrie
she's
Fisher
in it.
and Bruno Kirby,
She's very
the
fun.
Friends. Yeah.
She begins and she's like in all these relationships that are dead end because they're all married men.
Yeah.
And that feels very
Classic.
80s, very 80s feeling there. Of
I love.
He said he said he's gonna leave her soon.
Yeah. I think the first scene she's in, maybe the second, they're out at lunch or something, and she just breaks out her Rolodex.
Yeah, dude, that was awesome. She had
I
a big
love to
purse.
think that she carried that around. It
Yeah.
wasn't small.
Yeah, another thing that cell phones would just
Yeah.
get rid of, the Rolodex.
Rolodex, I'm calling it. By 2035, the Rolodex will be back.
All right, I'm not going to take anything on this.
And
statement.
here's why. Can I explain why?
Yes, please.
Look at Facebook with what's this
Here
company?
we go. I'm going to hear this.
What's the company?
I'm
that
not
they-
helping you on this one.
My brain says Boston Dynamics, but I know that's not it.
Keep going.
It's
Boston Dynamics.
Harvard Analytica.
Mhm.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Is it really?
No.
What is it? Cambridge Analytica.
Yeah.
Just said Amblytica.
So Cambridge Analytica.
Yeah. People don't trust their data anymore. What are they doing? What are they doing with my personal stuff? By 2035, we're going to have 9 Cambridge Analyticas. We're going to have a Princeton Analytica. We're going to have a Harvard Analytica. We're going to have a Cornell Analytica. All this stuff. Our data is not going to be safe. So people are going to say, well, what can I do other than the old trusty pen and paper?
Where
They're
can
gonna
I
start
save
writing
my
stuff
data?
down. And then, and then I go, what do I do with all this? A Rolodex. They might not look like the Rolodexes we have now. It might look different.
The Rolodex is another Donafart Industries innovation.
If Donafart Industries could buy stock in the Rolodex, we would for sure.
Make one for dudes called the Brolodex.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have like a compartment to hide all your mistress's numbers.
Yeah, your little black books, because those will come back.
Boom, back. Those never went away, did they? For everyone listening, I'm holding out my little black book.
Yeah. It's fat with numbers. Anyway, yeah. So this movie, it is challenging.
Yeah, I was shocked at how unengaged I was.
Because you really have to lean in on it.
A little boring. Can I say that?
I mean, it's a rom-com.
Can I say that?
It's a rom-com. It's a little boring.
Some rom-coms go with bigger situational comedy.
Yeah.
I do like the understated situations. It felt a little bit like Seinfeld, not as successful.
Very much like Seinfeld,
but in the it's just life, like nothing happens.
It's a slice of life.
A movie about nothing.
It's little vignettes across a decade.
Yeah, it really
your big drama comes from when they have sex finally. That's the climax.
Yep.
No pun intended. Of the film, because it literally is.
And then the conflict born from that is miscommunication, which I always hate.
I wouldn't even argue
sort of is, but it sort of isn't.
I think it's him coming to terms with the fact that he wants to be in a relationship with her more so than miscommunication.
But
they miscommunicate.
Didn't communicate that to each other.
But it's because they weren't ready to. It wasn't like it wasn't like the phone crackles and he says I hate you, but he really said I love you. It's not. That's the bad miscommunication.
But they don't say what they feel.
Well, that's the whole point.
I know. I know, Max,
as a
but
broken
it's frustrating.
man, he can't.
As a broken man,
that's all she wants from him.
As a broken man, I was frustrated by it.
Because you would?
No, this is not the time to break down
Tell
my
me,
problems as a single man.
It's not the Scott Tennant breakdown where he has an emotional breakdown in the air, but
that has happened before. But no, I don't know. I'm very pro say how you feel. And there's so much play it close to the chest, only let a little information out at a time. But I don't like it.
But see, that's because
I would say I'm old-fashioned, but Harry wasn't doing it. I'm even older-fashioned. Let's watch a Robert Redford rom-com.
We're emotionally open because we're millennials, and these guys are. I mean, they're.
Is that a millennial thing? Because I'm dating other millennials in my single life. I'm always out there dating.
Yeah.
But no, I always feel like
fat black book.
God. No, I feel like that's not a millennial thing because you're supposed to date 4 people at once and then figure out your one, but play all of it close to your chest.
But I think we're
it's like a poker game. It was just like my last weekend at Harrah's Cherokee Resort.
Just like it.
And then I blew my whole wad.
No, but think online. Like everyone is an oversharer. People
Part
online are like I broke up with so-and-so because I didn't want to eat ass, but I ate avocados. Like, that's our entire generation, so...
I only hear about that in bits like that.
But that's the thing. It's like we
broke up with them because I didn't want to eat ass, but I eat avocados. I like to think in that fictional relationship that the commentary they had, I'll be the boy, okay, and you be the girl. Be like, so you won't eat ass, but you eat avocados?
I'm pausing it here. I'm pausing the whole discussion here because during this movie, we had a lot of fun recasting a modern When Harry Met Sally.
Yeah, I don't. Did you write down our recast?
I could probably recall most of it off the top of my head.
Did our Miles Teller?
Harry was Miles Teller, and our Sally was Alexandra Daddario.
Sure. Yeah.
Then I believe our friend of Harry's was Jake Johnson.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's who we settled on.
Yeah, because we had a lot of New Girl alums, I remember.
Yeah. And then the friend, Carrie Fisher, was Lizzie Kaplan.
Yeah, and she's also...
And all of them, except Miles Teller, have been a New Girl.
Yeah, so it works. And you know what? In our redo of
the ass avocado discussion would definitely come up in there.
The ass avocado discussion. In our redo, there's going to be a sassy old coffee shop owner.
Yeah.
Played by I'm not sure who. Yeah.
How old? Male or female? Give me a lead.
Male.
Okay.
And 65 plus.
Alan Arkin.
Yeah. Alan Arkin will play our sassy old coffee shop owner. One of the plot lines is going to be that a big box store wants to take that space. Maybe...
Is this just...
Maybe Google.
You've Got Mail? Is that what you're writing?
Is that? I've never seen You've Got Mail.
You've Got Mail. They have an online relationship, and she's a local bookseller, and he runs a Barnes and Noble.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just really in tune with Nora Ephron because she did. I don't actually know if she did You've Got Mail. She did Sleepless in Seattle.
Jake Johnson would be a blogger
Ooh.
And Lizzie Kaplan loves his blog, but he uses like a pseudonym. And that's
what's a
what she
pseudonym?
discovers. Like a fake name.
What is his fake name?
Oh, I think you said what's a pseudonym.
No.
We don't even know his character's name. We're just calling him Jake Johnson.
Well, his character's name is Fred.
Okay.
Ugh, no, never mind.
Then his pseudonym's Durf. I don't know.
Durf?
It's Fred backwards.
Yeah.
Anyway, we just had to segue into that because our discussion here of emotions led us there. But Billy Crystal, I do feel like...
I like Billy Crystal.
I feel like in this era, men definitely still had to be very shut off from everything.
For sure.
And a lot of us still are.
Yep.
But it's a little bit more okay to be open now.
Maybe.
A little bit more.
I'm just saying, as a member of the actively dating populace, you've been out of the game for a little while,
Sure.
You hung your cleats up, you're dug in. I'm still out there on the base pass, man. You got to steal. I'm trying to steal. I'm trying to get that extra base. I'm trying to turn a double into a triple.
This sports talk is just strange.
Yeah, I don't really get it either. I think it's because Billy Crystal's a big baseball fan that I'm talking like this. Yeah. But I'm just saying it's not all happy sherry. That's
I don't mean
happy
like sherry. I mean like depressed sherry.
It's not all sherry at all.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm arguing this was less sherry back then.
Yes, I do. I'm agreeing with that.
So when I say more, I don't mean it's very. I mean it's increased from the number previously.
All right.
Like, on a mathematical technicality, sure.
Yeah. All right. Math guy. What could we have watched, Max?
Gosh, I thought you'd never ask.
Did you really think I'd never ask? Have I ever not asked?
We could have watched.
Yeah, I have forgotten.
The World's End.
Yeah, I watched it like a year ago. It's pretty.
How was it?
It's fine. It's not as funny as Shaun of the Dead or, in my opinion, the best of that trilogy, Hot Fuzz. Barely a trilogy, but
yeah, they call it a trilogy, but it's like a thematic
but it's
trilogy.
still funny. It's still fine.
Bernie.
I watched this one like last year too. It's fun. Yeah, it's cool.
I like the mixture of like documentary and narrative.
Yeah, I didn't realize that all the scenes with the real citizens were actually with real citizens until you told me afterward.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, I like Richard Linklater quite a bit though. It's good stuff.
This one is a sequel, so we wouldn't really watch it. But Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Which is my favorite of the Captain Americas.
It's probably mine as well.
So, Civil War, I know you like a lot.
I do like Civil War.
So I didn't want to say, I don't want to speak for you because I know you like both of those. So.
Appreciated.
But no, it's good. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's you mentioned spy movies earlier. It's very much has a spy thriller feel to it.
It does.
And that's what I like about it the most, I think.
Yeah. I mean, the Marvel movies have this floor, and then like to get above the floor, they have to do something a little different. Like Thor Ragnarok has a different brand of humor to it.
Yeah.
And that brings it above. Black Panther's just really fucking good.
Yeah.
So all of them have to do a little something.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Spider-Man Homecoming has the coming of age side to it. So they add to it, and Winter Soldier does that with the espionage.
And I feel like I'm trying to remember in my head, this is maybe, and I can't say for sure, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, maybe the most, since, did this one come out before Age of Ultron or after?
I believe this came out I think this came out before.
Okay.
Because Age of Ultron, I always think it came out like 6 years ago, but it really came out more recently than that.
Age of Ultron feels so much like Avengers, but less good. Like it feels just like the one before it, but not as good to me. I know some people do like it, and that's cool. But it does feel very similar.
Yeah.
Where this one felt very different from Captain America as well as the Avengers. It felt like its own story.
Yep.
And I think maybe I was going to say this is like the first one post-Avengers, just post the first one where they like kind of pushed it back out to like try something new. And then they were like, oh, that kind of worked. And then the next thing maybe didn't work if it was Age of Ultron. They're like, we need to stick with...
Yeah, I can't remember.
With our new, like, you know, like you said, reaching above, like reaching for it.
I don't know that...
I mean, every movie's a lesson for them, basically. So
yeah, and I don't know that they really would have taken much... Like, after Age of Ultron, they probably didn't think, like, we need a new direction, we need to push because they made tons of money. And it... Like, we don't like it that much, I know, but it is
general
still...
populace seems fine with it.
And I want to rewatch it. It's been a while, but...
It's for me, the main thing for me that makes me not rewatch that one is just I remember the big epic fights were really jarring because the CG was just too much.
Yeah.
So it puts me off. Where with Civil War, I do want to rewatch it, but I know I need like 3 hours to watch it, so I just haven't had the block of time for that. So it's kind of there's a deterrent for me still, but. That one is like, well, eventually I'll have free time, then I'll watch it.
My favorite thing about Civil War is it takes the scale like really down to a micro level again.
It's because Ant-Man.
You still haven't seen Ant-Man, right?
Still haven't. That's on the list too. That's just not streaming anywhere right now.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
because the new one comes out this summer.
Yeah, so if I can catch up.
Wow, what a summer movie preview we're gonna have. I know.
You ready for the next movie? Rush.
Boom.
Starring. Oh, you haven't seen it?
No. I bought the Blu-ray a while ago. And I was like,
I remember you saying you bought it. That's why I was like, ooh, I'm gonna mention this one.
Just because I own a movie doesn't mean I've watched it.
You should watch it. It's very good.
Yeah, I'd like to.
It has Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
It has your boy
Daniel
Baron
Bruhl.
Zemo, Daniel Bruhl.
Yeah. Who I do
has
like.
Natalie Dormer in a small role.
It sounded to me, for some reason, like you said, it has Daniel Bruhl as Natalie Dormer. Yeah. And I was like, wow.
It's a really amazing cross-dressing scene.
Yeah.
We also could have watched Big Hero 6.
Do you like racing movies?
Why?
Rush?
Yeah, Rush was really good.
But like racing as a genre. Boxing is like a thing, you know?
Well, I'll list all the racing movies I know I've seen, and you throw in any if I miss them.
Okay.
Rush.
Yeah.
Cars, like Third of Cars twice.
Third of Cars twice. That could be a movie. Talladega Nights.
I haven't seen it.
Really?
Yeah.
It's overrated, but
I agree, and I haven't seen it.
Seabiscuit.
Haven't seen it. I watched The World's Fastest Indian, which is about a guy breaking a speed record.
Oh yeah. Wasn't what's it? Eddie the Eagle.
What's that?
I think it's also about someone breaking the speed record.
No, I haven't seen it.
I can't remember them. What about Rat Race?
I saw like 20 minutes of it on TBS years ago.
Was Balto about the Iditarod? I don't think it was.
I saw Days of Thunder when I was a kid, and then we went to Hardee's and got toys for Days of Thunder.
At least something good came out of it.
Iron Man 2. That's kind of close.
Yeah, there's a scene. Speed Racer. You love Speed Racer. I did like
Speed Racer, so that's one. I saw one of the Fast and Furious movies. Maybe Tokyo Drift.
Dude, we should do
the first one.
We should plow through those.
Dude, it's going to take us like 6 months.
Herbie Fully Loaded?
I refuse to watch that one.
Because you're against them digitally.
Gone in 60 Seconds.
Oh, yeah. How could you forget that?
Yeah, so anyway.
So you do like race movies?
I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
Bolt.
Big Hero 6.
Big Hero 6.
I like Big Hero 6.
I thought that was a racing movie at first because you asked me.
No.
I was like,
I just wasn't done with Rush yet.
Big Hero 6?
Yeah, it's fun. Have you seen it?
No.
There's a lot of cool action in it.
There's this scene where somebody...
The exposition scene? Yeah. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
It's like the perfect example of terrible exposition where two brothers are talking to each other and they're like, someone mentioned something about parents. He's like, hey, our parents are dead. They died in that wreck. Don't you remember? It's like nobody would say that because it's fucking savage.
Somebody gave an example of that. I forgot what. In some YouTube video I was watching the other day, but they were like, damn it, Jake. I'm your brother and a doctor. I'm going to start doing that to you all the time. Damn it, Scott. I'm your friend and a writer.
And your co-host.
Yeah. Damn it, Scott. I host a podcast with you.
That'd be in the first scene. It'd be us at like a coffee shop.
Yeah.
Me explaining a shitty invention to you.
Alan Arkin serves us their coffee.
Hell yeah, dude. That means Alexandra Daddario. It's not that far.
That's true.
We got Bolt.
Bolt.
I don't know what this is.
It's a like animated movie.
Oh, with the dog.
Yeah. It's really good, actually. I put it up here just to say it's really good.
Boom. Said it and he meant it.
Moon.
Moon's good. Moon became like a meme.
Did it?
Yeah, like on Reddit, it'd be like, what are hidden gems? Or everyone would be like, nobody's seen Moon.
Oh, so the meme is saying nobody's seen it?
The meme is saying it's like underrated or nobody's seen it or something like that. It's good though.
No, yeah, because I just couldn't separate if they were just being legitimate or if that was the meme. So
it's like both, but yeah.
I got you. It's good.
Sam Rockwell's fun.
Yeah.
Some Kevin Spacey does the voice of the machines.
They're replacing it though on future DVDs. That's stupid. Yeah, he does though.
Yep.
And it's kind of a one location movie.
Yeah, the moon.
Yeah. It's good. People should watch Moon.
Yeah.
It's directed by Doug Jones.
Underrated.
Is it
Duncan Jones?
Duncan Jones. Doug Jones is the actor. Duncan Jones, who's David Bowie's son.
Yeah.
And he directed Warcraft.
Oh.
And Mute.
I didn't watch Mute. It got bad reviews.
I didn't hear about that.
Huh.
Knocked Up.
I haven't seen it.
I saw it in theaters. And I think I owned the DVD.
I love the way you said that sentence.
It was enjoyable.
Great.
No, this is
Katherine Heigl.
Yeah.
I'm not
a
into
Heigl
it.
boy?
No, I'm not a Heigl boy. I'm a Logel.
God. Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
The whole crew.
Hulker. Judd and his boys.
Judd and his boys. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure
there's a lot of funny lines I remember, but I don't remember like loving it.
All right.
But there is a portion I think where she asks him for his phone number after she finds out she's pregnant. The response is like, "I'm between phones." It's something like that. That I still think about and laugh.
Yeah.
And it very much fits
good line.
The dude bros of the era that I knew and were a part of just being like irresponsible and not being able to take care of yourself, which is I feel like very much of my age group here. So God, that
We'll
gurgle's
get for you
gonna be
later.
a sound drop. Spider-Man,
He does whatever a spider can.
the Tobey Maguire movie.
Spider-Man's good, but Spider-Man 2, at me people, Spider-Man 2 is the best comic book movie of all time.
Spider-Man 2 is the Spider-Man of sequels.
I don't get it. I mean, the best?
I don't know, man. It felt right at the time.
All
So
right.
that was one of my like really lukewarm takes.
I still don't get it.
Spider-Man 2 is good. I haven't watched it in a long time, but I still quote it.
I watched it the night before we saw Homecoming together.
Yeah. It is undeniably the best pre-MCU Marvel movie.
Yeah.
With X2 as the close backup, but
I feel like I might have watched X2.
maybe when we did our X-Men research.
Yeah.
And I think at the time you said it held up pretty strong compared to the others. Not necessarily as compared to everything new, but compared to the other ones it did. I think that's what you said.
Spider-Man 2 has more heart than any MC, DC, Spawn,
Go for it.
any movie.
Go for it.
Any of these comic book movies will ever have.
Cousin Terry over here.
Kill him. It's so good.
It's good.
The villain's great.
My issue.
Spider-Man's Peter Parker's conflict feels great.
The story and the characterization of Peter definitely works. Probably the best, and he does have a lot of heart.
Yeah.
My main issue, I think, with this series is just all on like Mary Jane. I love Kirsten Dunst so much, but
I think she's good.
She's fine.
At me.
But she's
At
not.
Me.
She's just kind of like the damsel in distress completely.
That's Mary Jane, though. That's not her. Look at Emma Stone and The Amazing Spider-Man. Those movies fucking blow, by the way. I've watched both of them in the past year, and I hated both of them.
I have to revisit the first one. The second one, I remember thinking sucked when I saw it.
The second one is worse.
Yeah.
But the first one, you watch it and you're like, I wish this was Spider-Man 2. That's all you think.
Is it?
Do it. Watch it and talk to me.
Watch it and talk to me.
Love Spider-Man 2.
I want to see what that one got.
It was good. It was in the 80s or something. Undeserved. 73. Wait, it's not even good.
Yeah, so, I mean, different strokes, different folks. I will say...
The implication here is that you think The Amazing Spider-Man might be better than Spider-Man 2?
No.
Good. Just making sure.
But I
Just making sure.
For me, they each bring something to the table that I like.
Yeah.
And there's things about the Sam Raimi Spider-Man series that I'm not crazy about.
All right.
And so that's what holds it what holds it back for me.
I'm probably going to rewatch Spider-Man 2 within the next week.
That's fine,
I'm feeling real good about it right now.
Yeah.
I jazzed myself up about Spider-Man 2.
You should. there's a lot of people out there that are like you that love it that much, and I feel it, man. I feel it. I'm
what
cool
do you mean,
with it.
you people?
I never said you people.
I know you didn't, but
So,
it fit.
Wow.
It fit.
Wow.
It fit just like your.
There's
you
things.
said about
There's things I like in the Spider-Man series.
yeah, Spider-Man: Homecoming's good too.
It's good. It works.
Yeah.
I think
Tom Holland, he might be on the way to being the best Petey.
we'll see.
You know, he's got
They
the
each
kitty.
bring something different.
They each do have something different.
So for me, it's like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man series very much captures the original Spider-Man comics, like that '60s dooby-doo, dooby-doo, like that whole thing. It's captured there. That's the feel of it, and it works. But it still captures this like kind of late '90s to early 2000s feel. Also, I know it's like a 2001, the first movie. I want to say it's 2001. So
Not sure.
it has this like very like time and a place feel to it, based off a very specific source. It's all old school Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And that's cool. I dig that. And then like Amazing Spider-Man is kind of like the more modern Spider-Man stories that have been tried to be like retold in a cooler way, and it very much feels that way. Like, this is Spider-Man that you know, but it's cooler.
He's like, "Where's my dad?" and he bings it.
Yeah.
It's like a research Spider-Man.
And the comics at one point retconned Spider-Man so that his parents were spies or something.
yeah, and
this very
Amazing
much
Spider-Man does that too.
does it to a degree. So yeah, so there's that. And then I mean, Spider-Man Homecoming is very much like the MCU, their take on it, of just taking everything and combining it into their own story. And
Homecoming also felt like one of the first culminations of the years of work that the MCU has done, because there's little stuff like the Captain
the
America
world building really worked.
Yeah, like the Captain America like fitness test and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like there's a picture of like famous scientists on a wall, and Bruce Banner is up there.
I mentioned this once too in a
that was
text
cool.
message.
Uh-oh.
There's a YouTube video that a very funny YouTube personality made. Her name is Jenny Nicholson, and it was Spider-Man Homecoming is just Hey Arnold. And her point is, it's not even a bad thing, but there's a lot
Arnold's
of similarities.
a great.
Yeah, that's what she says.
If you people remember correctly, remember
God,
correctly,
dropping that.
Scoots TV. Hey Arnold is a cartoon.
Any of those viewers should recognize there are some similarities just right off the bat.
Oh,
so
yeah,
people
for
should go watch
because
that
we
video.
also bought the rights to show Spider-Man Homecoming.
Okay. Back to back.
Boom.
Yeah, but you know, there's so much Spider-Man out there for people.
Yeah.
That they should be fine with whatever they go with. But don't cross paths with Scott if you don't love Spider-Man 2.
I said at me when I led with my Spider-Man 2 opinion. Don't at me if you don't like it, because I don't want you in my life.
Yeah, go at yourself. I'm guessing you've never seen this one, but Tootsie.
How dare you?
Have you seen it?
No.
Yeah. It's
just old. Is that why you said it?
Yeah. It's Dustin Hoffman cross-dressing.
Yeah. Did it win an Oscar?
It may have.
Did it win a B picture, maybe?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
Amelie?
I know you love it.
You haven't seen it.
Nope.
But it's good.
I've watched a trailer.
You should watch the movie.
The trailer didn't get me to the movie, if you see what I'm saying.
Yeah. Old trailers, man. You should know by now. Old trailers are not very good.
Yet I've still seen Rear Window.
Well, that's also like, you know. Did you watch the trailer before you watched it?
No.
The Graduate. Have you seen this
Graduate's
one?
great. Yeah. Yeah, I've
It's a
seen
good
it, Max. I've seen it.
If you haven't seen the last two I mentioned.
Graduate's
Graduate
great.
is good.
I own
It's
it.
good. The future's in plastics. I quote that all the time. It's weird now that I work in like a company that does plastics, so it's not that funny anymore.
It was hilarious.
Roxanne.
Is this based on the...
No. It's based on Cyrano de Bergerac,
I don't know what that is.
not the Police song.
I wasn't going to say that.
Oh,
I was
what were
going
you
to say
gonna
Roseanne Barr, which
Wow.
doesn't make any sense.
All right, let's just move on from that.
But this
one.
is Steve Martin, right?
Yeah, it is Steve Martin.
Yep. It's good.
Yeah, there's not much more to mention beyond that, but I got a good response out of you, so I'm happy with that.
Hey, I do what I can.
Let's throw another one on the list that you probably haven't seen. Rushmore.
Yeah, I haven't seen Rushmore.
It's good, man. You should watch Rushmore.
I know
Bill
you like
Murray.
it. Say that again.
Bill Murray. Jason Schwartzman.
I thought Bill and Marie were two people. I was like, right.
It's good. Luke Wilson.
So you're saying it's a Wes Anderson movie?
It literally is a Wes Anderson movie.
I know it is.
Just in case you didn't know.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
no, it's good, man. You should watch it.
Yeah.
The main character is named Max.
I'm in.
I'm doing an eyebrow at Scott to try and really seduce him into this film.
Ooh. Shrek eyes over here.
DreamWorks face.
That's what I mean by Shrek eyes.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, so if you can't tell, we're really into When Harry Met Sally.
No, I mean, there's plenty to talk about with it, but it's all the same. It's all bashing it. If
I don't
really
even
break it
agree
down.
that there's plenty to talk about.
Well, I mean, there is, but it's all, like I said, it's all gender stuff. It's like everything Harry says now about women sounds like hella misogynistic.
But I feel like even then it did.
Yeah, probably.
And it's part of the character.
Probably.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I mean, this is written by a woman, but the female characters aren't always that great. Like, they're just kind of, I want to get married. Like, and maybe that was just the concerns at the time. I don't really know. That's their choice. If it was, like, that's cool, you know?
It's cool, bro.
What I'm saying is there's plenty to still kind of break apart, but it'd just be beating a dead horse. That's what I'm kind of getting at.
Sounds like you did see Seabiscuit. Max, where can the good people find us?
You can find us on a road trip cross country after graduating college.
Where we headed?
New York from Chicago. Or you could find us.
I was hoping we'd go west.
At thecriticalbreakdown.com. You can find me practicing my swing at the batting cages. Or you can find me at Max Rivera Film on Twitter. I'm also thinking about making some YouTube videos.
Oh, whoa! That's a bombshell for even Scootsy over here.
Thinking about it.
What are we making? What are we doing?
Just stuff. Just stuff. Just keep an eye out for it.
Well, okay. You can find me not helping Max with these YouTube videos, apparently. Or you can find me at breakdown_Scott on Instagram or Twitter. You know, find me wherever. I'm not gonna
on Vero, on Friendster.
What's
on
Vero?
Fubu? I don't know.
What's Fubu?
Fubu is just a clothing line.
I know Fubu.
Yeah, Vero was some social media app that some people told me to download, and I tried it. And then I read that the CEO is a real scumbag, and so I just tried to delete it, but it took like 6 days.
Yet we still have a Facebook.
Right?
Hey!
Right?
Trendy!
Cambridge and Politica.
And Berlin. Am I right? Our music's done by
Josh Rivera.
And our art is done by
Jason Brown.
Flip them around and you get the right answer. And this is the podcast.
And we're Wally.
Listeners, still with us, you'll become viewers next week as we host our second Facebook Live episode. It's going to be on Facebook on March 27th. That's a Tuesday, folks, at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Facebook Live. We got, after this, it's all 90s and up from here. We're going to go over what we're doing and how you're going to get involved. And maybe a little Q&A, too, if you want it.
Maybe. Let's have at it, folks. Get your questions ready.
Tuesday, March 27th, 8 p.m. Pop your popcorn, bring your bagels, and have some wine.
I'll have what he's having.